Because I don't know where people get this mentality, like, a man is not supposed to be a mom. And that's when you see a single dad carrying a child even at the mall, you're like, oh, wow. When you see a mom struggling to even change the diaper, like, look at her. No, she's a woman and she doesn't know how to change the diaper. I think it's very unfair to the single women, because whatever challenge, and I'll still insist, whatever challenge this single man go through, the single woman is going through the same. So there's no need of overpraising these men. They're human beings, and it is their child. We even seeing single men adopting kids and they're raising them as their own. So let's stop this hype in Kenya or in Africa that a man can't raise a kid. We have single men in Europe and everywhere raising even more than 7 children, and it's an intact family. Yeah, so even in here it should be the same. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Kuna wenye raise watoto wao kuna wenye raise watoto wao vizuri na hawapati shida yoyote. So I think hakuna challenges. It depends who you are. If you're a good dad, you can raise your kid well.
I think it's very hard kwa dad, a single parent like a dad kuraise mtoi juu. I find napata dads wanakuanga more busy for their kids. Unapata maybe kama plus ina depend juu unaweza pata maybe yeye ukunywa, so ana time ya watoi, so inakuwa very hard, and that tunachikile relationship ya mother to maybe to mother to children inakuanga more tight kushinda dads, because dads wakuangi ile relationship ile sana, cause juu nadhani dads wanakuaga na time mingi sana ya biashara, kufanya job, find food for the table nini na nini, so inakuanga so hard for them.
Naitwa Peter Kimani, ama mimi ni msanii nachoraga. Kuhusu hiyo single dads, naona ni ngumu kwa single dad juu mambo na kazi, madad huwe kangamo more time into work, na hiyo ni kitu mbaya. Into the other hand, mother anakoga na kuna ile affection anakoga nao kwa mtoi. So hiyo ni ngumu sana kwa dad. Juu dad pia spending time na mtoto. So hii inaonekana ni a matter of relationship ya na father na son. Ka father yako na relationship na son itakuwa easier, but ka kuna relationship sioni itakuwa ngumu.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Relationships Wednesday, and now we're on our Keeping It Real segment. Right here with me is our lovely guests. We have Abel Munga and we have Hillary Ilisimba. It's Ilisimba, not Isimba. The first time we were sort of like getting it wrong, yeah? So Hillary has a 5-year-old son, or rather turning 5 in the next couple of days, 12 days. His son is Milan. He's been raising his son by himself because the mom is away for a career progression sort of a thing. And then we have Abel Munga. He's raised his daughter single-handedly from the age of 7 all the way to the age of 34. Today's edition is Single Dad's Edition. And I want to take you back to, of course, Susan is here.
Hi, guys.
She's looking at me like, what about me?
No, I was listening. I was like, hey, so now we're going back.
So I'll take you back to when you realized, wow, I am doing this all by myself, raising Milan from 6 months old and Furuth from 7 years old. Did you feel like at some point, wow, I have this imaginary fear that my life is not going to be centered around babies, learning what babies do, baby this, baby that, baby, you forget everything else in your life. Did you have that fear, and how did you conquer it?
In my experience, there's nothing as sweet as understanding the baby world. Yeah, you see, I have known mature people for over 30 years now. So it was time to start knowing babies. So there are bits and pieces of how babies respond to things, how they take in information that kind of fascinated me. And I realized that it's a side I need to look into more. Yeah, rather than, because you see babies first, they are very slow to anger. Like before a kid really gets annoyed, you have really done so much.
Yeah.
And when the kid gets angry, in 5 minutes maximum, they've forgotten. Mature people will not do that. No. I can get annoyed for 2 days straight. Yeah, like I'm not talking to you.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a baby, you can quarrel him now, leave him and he follows you. It's like,
It's just,
yeah.
it's true.
So it's a bit of parenting that kind of changes you because you try to learn to want to learn how to you can let go of anger.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, when it comes to solving problems, babies always have very simplistic ways of solving problems compared to adults.
Yeah.
Like a very simple thing, you'll start thinking Pythagoras theorem. You know, babies they won't look at a cup like this is just a cup. They see so many other things that adults don't see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a fascinating experience. Yeah. And I was not scared, actually. I really wanted to just know this
What's up?
science
Yeah.
around babies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was scared.
Mm-hmm.
When I brought Ruth to stay with us with my wife, I was comfortable. I would come home, everything is laid there. I'm just here to listen to stories, what happened in the day, how was school, you know, and I felt like finally I'm a man of a family.
Yeah.
But when the worst happened, when she walked away, now I was just me and her. I can tell you for sure that I never settled, like, even if I told you that I promised her that I was just gonna be me and her,
Mm-hmm.
that did not take effect immediately. I had to adjust to it over time because during that time, immediately after she'd left, 3 years I kept chasing after her. Hey, are you serious? Is it over? Kabisa kabisa.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Ama utarudi? And then I give her another year. I'm like, I've given you one more year. If you want to come back,
You can.
it's open. But after this year, chapter closed. So I stay waiting, looking at the door. She doesn't come back. Another year. Well, after 3 years, I can tell you for sure she wanted to come back.
Mm-hmm.
But at that time, I was
Now
used
you
to.
are.
I was now comfortable. I'd known how to look at her homework. I'd known how to rise up in the morning and brush her shoes and make sure she's brushed her teeth and, you know, taken a good shower. I would make sure her uniform is clean and stuff. I would walk with her and cross the road with her and mwacha mkono naruka barabara. Ambia, good day, mom, anaenda.
Yeah.
I was enjoying it, just like Hillary. I was enjoying it.
Yeah.
So that was my portion. So from that day on, I don't think I had any regrets. I don't think I had any reservations that I would want someone else to join me doing this. I was proudly doing it myself.
Yeah.
I think yours was a bit difficult because it came abrupt. You see, in my case, I had seen this kid from the day he was born. I would change his diapers even when the mom was still there. I would feed him. I would wash him. So I kind of got into the system before that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So when she went, it was nothing new that I was coming to terms with.
Yeah.
So if you are someone who wants to do some of these things, just start lying. Just do these things because you never know. Your wife may not leave. Things happen. You
Yeah.
know, we live in a world where things. So you may say, okay, she's not moving jobs, she's not leaving me, but you don't know what tomorrow holds. Just learn your baby.
Yeah.
You never know when something will happen and you have to step in like this.
Yes.
But you see, if you've learned it over time, if you've learned it over time, then you won't find anything really difficult.
Yes. It's doing the little things. And
Yeah.
we were talking about this over the break where sometimes men are being given such a hard time by society for doing normal household tasks. But they're so important. Like, I remember, and Dad, if you're watching the show, forgive me. But I remember there was a time my mom changed her career, and the new career that she took on, she had to travel. Every couple of months, she just had to travel. It would be for a short time, like for a week or for maybe 2 weeks, but it was always like a short period of time. But you see, within that time, we were in school, so things like house shopping and stuff needed to be done. And over the weekend, obviously, even if we had a house help, of course, then she would go and do her own thing and be on her leave, her free day, and then would be with my dad. And I remember a shopping list being written, and my dad coming home, and he's just, he was frustrated. And he was like, what's going on? And he sat us down, and he's like, guys, and it was us and the house help. He sat us all down, and he's like, you cannot write a shopping list and write milk. You cannot write a shopping list and write fruits. He's like, what does that mean? So he went and he bought like a gazillion tangerines. And guys, I'm talking, you know those old paper bags, the ones that used to have the calendar on them? That thing was full of tangerines. Because he was like, why do you, and then even for milk, he was like, when I go there and I get to the milk aisle, there are 10 different brands, different sizes. I don't know which quantities you use. So it's just that thing of, he was like, write it a little bit more specifically. But then obviously now going forward, he knows like all the brands and the quantities and all that. But it's that thing of, don't give people such a hard time, because of course I can imagine he'll be shopping and he'll have this whole huge, and then somebody will be like, why are you doing this? Or why would you let your wife travel? And you should have told her to do the shopping, before she went. And I'm like, there's some household tasks that shouldn't be like, oh, it's for women. Oh, it's for men.
Anybody can do them.
And giving people such a hard time. Why?
And literally what I'm learning from this is you had to learn how to be selfless. Everything. Because for Abel, you'd always wanted a family. When you finally figured out now you have your daughter and your wife, and wow, we now have a family. You're very excited.
Yeah.
But then at some point, it was that one of, you have to let go of the idea that this is what you want and do something better for Ruth, and do exactly now what your wife at the time wanted to do. It's a lot of selflessness. Even you letting your wife go. I just saw the ring on the finger. I was like, oh, sister. Before I divorced someone. So it takes a lot. It takes a lot, yeah. But again, maybe we can cut short the journey for so many upcoming single dads, because again, you never know. It's not something that you sit down and pray for, that I want to be a single dad. No, it just happens. It can be lost. It can be somebody's traveled. It can be anything. It could be you next time. Maybe for you, it took you 3 years, Abel, to actually like, he's not coming back. Unajua,
Come to terms.
yeah, you coming to terms with it. Maybe we can cut short that journey for so many people. How do you deal with it faster? Or what do you wish you'd have done for you to get over it sooner, Because 3 years is a long time. 365 days a year. Yours were reduced to at least,
Well, I think it's a matter of, just like Hillary said, just stay aware that anything can happen anytime, at whatever age. As long as you're now an adult, just know, try to learn people, try to learn, try to have every experience about children, because you just never know. One day you might become, or you might not become. So just try, have a keen interest as far as children are concerned, and as far as care is concerned and all that, whether you are or whether you are about to be. Because at least, even if you're not a parent, one day you will be a parent. Yeah, because there are those people who live like they will never have kids. They just live, they're like, maybe I would never have a child. But like you said, it just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has your journey made you respect single moms more?
A lot.
In any case, yeah.
A lot.
Do you feel like they have it any way easier? Because some people think women are just magicians.
They just know. It's like we were born
Mom
knowing.
will sort it out. No, mom knows. Mom this. Where is the sugar, mom? Everything in the house is mother. Yeah.
Yes, because even in a full setup family where there's a mother and a father and children, mostly just like you say, it's always mom. It's always mom. Enda kwa mama yako. Enda waambie mama yako. Enda nini. Hawa watoto wako. Nini. Stop. It's just about mom. So I actually accord them so much respect when they're single. They're doing everything on their own. And I know that sometimes us men can be patient to some point, but there comes a time when you ladies, you can just decide to hit the roof.
Oh, no, that's us.
Yeah,
Your excuse.
the roof. So, so it really happens. And especially when you're a single parent to more than one child, it can send you nuts. It can get you nuts. So so much respect to all the single ladies out there.
Yeah.
Of course, and the single men like me, and single fathers like me.
Yeah. And then again, Hillary, your wife is away. Here you are raising Milan by yourself. Every now and then you get to see your wife. But again, let's talk about staying in your marriage when you don't even get to see your wife that often. How do you stay glued? Yeah.
And also, there's this thing about single dads who seem to have their thing together are very attractive to women who are looking to get married soon and have a family and all that. So how do you deal with that? And obviously you have your wife and you love her and she's not around.
Okay, actually, her being away is a blessing. I'll tell you why.
It's a blessing.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm also like, I can't wait to hear.
Okay. We started on a sour note. Now let's get to the sweeter part.
I can tell you for a fact, there are people who live in the same house with their spouses and they do not communicate.
Right.
There are people who share a bed with their wives and they do not have nothing. When she's away, it gives you time to miss each other. As long as you are communicating, you know she's there, I'm here. When she comes, they say absence makes the heart grow fond.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually better than people who stay together and they are not together.
You know, they also say out of sight, out of mind.
It depends on your mind.
Yeah.
Listing all the
dep-
things.
You see, if your wife leaves and you see yourself as a bachelor, then that will be out of sight, out of mind.
Okay.
Oh, true.
But if she's away and you know I'm married, then that will not really work in this scenario. So I kind of feel when she's away, it makes us also have lesser fights because people who are married fight like a lot.
Yeah.
When she comes, we also make sure that we spend the time she's around or when we are there, we make good use of the time together because it's not always that much. But you see, if you see everyone every day, you are like, "Ah, she'll be there tomorrow."
Nazoeana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take each other for granted.
Yeah. So, and that's how marriages start crumbling because you take so many things for granted. Like in our household, time is
Very precious.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes us keep together because we don't see each other that often.
Mm-hmm.
We don't fight so many times.
Mm-hmm.
We miss each other so many times. So it's helping a way.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
the key is you guys communicate throughout,
A
even
lot.
when you're not together.
A lot, yeah.
So, like, if some random woman hit on you, you like talk to your wife and you're like, you will not believe what happened today.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, this chick just did this, eh?
No, you guys are actually really good
But
friends.
that's good then. Yeah.
Yeah, we were friends before we actually became a couple.
A couple.
okay.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Very inspiring.
Yeah.
I'm seeing you have a book there, and I'm very curious to know what it's about.
Oh, this one.
Yes.
The boy with shoes. It's I happened to have the only shoes in my school when I was growing up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was like the rich cat dude, you know, in the village.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're that guy.
Yeah, and everybody else walks on feet.
Hey.
So I answered all the questions in class because I had shoes. I was hated on because I had shoes.
Yeah.
Every teacher would spot me because I had shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned the struggle between rich and poor from that very young age
Really
through a
early.
pair of shoes. You see,
Yeah.
you see when you are mature, you see wealth through stocks, property. But as a kid, a school bag, like
It's like
it was like
You've
this one
made
is
it.
rich.
yeah, yeah.
And the problem was when you are rich, you are not really respected. You are hated.
Because you're singular, you're by yourself, so you have everything that people don't have.
Yes. So it's a story of, and the problem was my mom was a very harsh mom. So I tried going to school one day without those shoes and the beatings I got because she was like, I cannot buy you shoes with money.
And then you start telling
and
me.
then
you're
you
not
leave
going to
them
wear
home
them.
to walk barefoot to school. I was
Okay.
beaten, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a story of, running away from society
Yes.
and trying to stay sane because you are fighting the bigger society, which is poor,
Mhm.
and you are a kid. Wealth is not yours. It's your parents who have some bit of money.
Yes.
So as a kid, you have no
As
idea.
you are just born.
Yeah, you are just born there.
True.
And that's what happens to so many kids out there who always have to grapple with society based on where they come from. It could be your tribe, your status in society. The kids sometimes go through so much because of what their parents have or do not have.
Yeah.
So it's that story basically,
Yeah.
but done in a humorous way.
Okay. Well.
When I was in class 3, my brother and I moved from a school that was in the urban setup to
Yeah.
a village. So the first day we went to that school, we had shoes, and the entire school there was no pupil with a shoe. So we were the only ones. We were sent away.
Okay, we'll come back. guys, real quick. I have to hand over to Violetta. Violetta is going to tell us about tonight on KTN, what to expect on E-Curve tonight on her fantastic show, about all the events that she went to. Guys, keep talking to us on social media. I've seen some comments here. He was actually commenting on your picture, Hilary, where he said you are such an inspiration. That was Nicholas Bundi. I have somebody else who was responding to our question about shopping for your daughter as a dad. And she said, I would visit Naivas supermarket and request one of the female attendants to assist.
We're gonna promote Naivas.
He said, they are always friendly and willing to help. I Naivas message, she's after Jobo. I'll keep reading some more, but now I'm going to hand over to Violet Agena, who will give us tonight on KTN.
Good morning, Kenya. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, Susan and our Nixie. And also, we celebrate all the single dads. You are doing such a good job. Such a breath of fresh air to just see dads doing that thing and doing it so well. But right about now, you know what I do every single Wednesday? Right about this hour, I give you a breakdown on what to expect on KTN tonight and why you should just tune in and don't go nowhere. So from 7:30, as usual, we take the relationships again. It's a relationship drama show. From 7:30 we have My Two Wives, and today there's a little bit of drama between Damaris and Tony. Wow, so take a look at what to expect tonight on My Two Wives.
Damaris, yes, we're having a +1 over for dinner tonight, so I need you to prepare some chicken.
Are you the housemaid? No, so forget it. Yeah, even Tony has hands. Even her, she can cook her own dinner and do her own thing.
We cannot believe that you're a thief. How do you think I can afford this lifestyle?
Yes, that is just the drama that you should expect tonight on My Two Wives. So make sure you catch a date with us at 7:30 p.m. And after that, we have Foods of Kenya. And I always say, when you come to Nairobi, the life is busy. There's takeouts all the time. You know, food is always made in the supermarkets. You actually even forget to cook your own food from home. But Moniki Magaria does us a favor every single Wednesday and reminds us of our culture. And tonight, he is going all the way to Busia County. My Luya people, how are you doing? So we are going to be celebrating the Luya culture, the Luya food, the Luya tradition. Take a look at what happens tonight on Foods of Kenya.
On this episode of Foods of Kenya, we are in Busia County's Butula district, exploring the rich culture and nutritious cuisine of the Marachi community. We will visit the source of our ingredients and prove that health equals wealth.
Naweza kuona yeye yako almost na 99.
Is that even possible? It is possible. Yes. I'm giving 1,000 bob if it's 98. Eat natural. Look,
as we settle down to savor some very nutritious obusuma bwemere with namulumba omuranda, dried beef, otwago, amaremwa, maboni, omudolido, a mixture of cow blood and milk.
Yomudolido? Mumefita Kenya kwa nini?
Sinuni, pounded simsim, and of course, ingoho. This is Foods of Kenya.
Yes, and that is exactly why you need to tune in at 8 p.m. for Foods of Kenya. A lot of ugali right there, chicken, of course. Luyas are famous for their chicken, right? There's a lot of greens. I am so excited for that. So make sure we see each other tonight at 8 p.m. And then after that, 10:15 p.m., we come through with the E-Curve. And I have to tell you, this first weekend was super busy. And I cannot wait for you to see what we have in store for you from Concours d'Elegance. A lot of vintage cars. So for all the car lovers, tonight's show is specifically made for you. And on the E-Curve hot seat, you know we are international. We had Alpha Blondie last week. And on tonight's show, we have Wezi, the jazz artist all the way from Zambia. And she brought the heat to the hot seat. So here's what you should expect tonight on E-Curve.
One of our team members has been taking part for the past 32 years now, out of which he's successfully won 16 years now. Right.
Well, not every day I go around with the afro, but when such occasions come across, you fit the part. A classic event needs a classic look.
Ice mulilo vonse munani tema Kat mukali mupwela tieni fikani muzani peza. Trust the process. Never compromise on your integrity. Whether a female artist or or a male artist, but especially emphasis on the young talented ones. Some people want to do things that are natural to them. You know what? You want to walk around half naked. If you're not comfortable, you know, being dressed like Beyonce, why are you trying to be like Beyonce? Be yourself.
What an amazing time to be alive. Everything changes when we fall in love.
Yes, and that is what you should expect tonight on E-Curve. I can promise you one thing for sure, it's a very late show. So do yourself a favor, stay tuned at 10:15, and that's your breakdown. Please be sure to catch all these shows from 7:30 p.m. and I'm gonna see y'all on 10:15 p.m. Thank you so much, our Nixie. Over back to you and Susan Joroge.
Thank you so much, Violetta. I want our guests to quickly give us their social media handles before we say goodbye.
Abela Munga. I'm on Facebook as Igwe Abela Munga, on IG as at Abela Munga.
Facebook, Hilary Simba Ambani. Instagram and Twitter, I forget because they are too fast for me. But you can find my book through, if you go to my Facebook, just inbox. I usually respond to my inboxes. So.
Okay. That's lovely. Thank you so much for bracing our show. We have to end the show. Have a good day. Until next Wednesday, I've been your host, Anixie.
And me, Susan Joroge. Bye, guys.